All right, everyone. Hello, hello. Brian and Robbie Page here in a very stormy Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. I don't know where you guys are calling in from tonight, but we are calling in from Argyle, Texas, out here just north of Dallas, just north of Fort Worth. And we wanted to include every single one of you guys and invite every single one of you guys tonight onto our opportunity presentation about Zilis. Now, some of you are on here tonight because you have already had our ultracell in your body, or maybe perhaps you've had our ultracell and a booster in your body, or quite honestly, maybe you've had nothing in your body, but you see an opportunity here for your family. And we're excited that you see that. And we're going to show you over about the next 30 minutes or so what we saw. And the person that invited you on here tonight, we're going to show you what they saw. Because I can tell you guys that whether you're sitting here because you want ultracell or whether you're sitting here because you see the financial opportunity, you're going to want to look at what we're about to show you guys. And most importantly, figure out how in the world can you position your family to leverage this industry that is headed our way very, very rapidly. I want to say for a lot of you guys in Texas, God bless Texas, right? They just made some major, major shifts when it comes to CBD, and we couldn't be more proud. And so we're going to start off by showing you Zilis. I'm going to talk to you about the products. Brian is going to come and talk to you about the business opportunity. But what I want you to know is we're going to take a bird's eye view, you guys. So be sure to write down any questions that you guys have. That way you can get back with the person that invited you, and we'd be happy to get you some clarity. But let's get started. Let's talk about Zilis. This is the company right here in Argyle, Texas, founded in 2015 by Stephen and Angie Thompson. Again, an absolute incredible couple. We fell in love with this couple before we fell in love with anything else. And, you know, you're going to see here in a minute that they started this company having been in the trenches for 15 years, having made multiple millions in this industry, having really truly had a heart for people, and started Zilis for us, for all of us that are calling in tonight. And what you're going to find is they have a huge heart to pay it forward. And Brian and I actually went to the Halo for Freedom gala with them last night, and to watch them give all the veterans in that room a bottle of Ultracell, and to watch them invest money and time into this movement, which is incredible for veterans. It was just absolutely stunning. Again, a great reminder as to why we said yes to this company in January of this year. So, of course, because of their experience, we have expert leadership. We're industry leaders in what you will have heard of, the CBD industry. But I got to tell you guys, it's not our goal to be the #1 CBD oil in the world, yet we were the #1 CBD oil in the country last year. But our goal is to be the #1 endocannabinoid system health company. That's really, truly what our heart is. And you're going to see more of that as we go into this right now. But this is the slide that is the game changer right here. This is what everyone that gets started on our oil is experiencing. A breakthrough somewhere, somehow within their body. Now, I would love to tell you what it's going to do for you, but I'm going to be honest with you. I have no idea what it's going to do for you, because every single one of us have an endocannabinoid system that exists in 10 different systems within that one system. And you guys, when CBD oil ignites and awakens your body, you can't help but have results. What happens is our body doesn't understand what is going on. We understand our body to be in homeostasis. That means we feel great. That means everything is working great. However, when we fall out of that homeostasis, that is when we begin to have symptoms. That is when we begin to see things aren't functioning the way we know that they should and the way God designed our body. But what the reality is that in the early 1990s, when the system was founded, you guys, by a group of medical doctors trying to figure out what on the world is going on with medical marijuana and why is it hugely successful, they found this system and the ability for it to speak to this system. Well, hence CBD is huge, because CBD is what speaks to this endocannabinoid system. It's fueled by cannabinoids, and yet we can steer clear from anything that has to do with marijuana or THC. And so the endocannabinoid system is what keeps our body in that homeostasis, you guys. So you have to ask yourself, I don't know, what is it for you? Let me just kind of give you some examples. What I've heard just as clear as today, I got an incredible message from a guy named Robbie. And he said, I'm forever grateful for you making the transition into this new company. I had tried to commit suicide, depression, anxiety. I've been on every medication known to man. He goes, and I can't even begin to tell you how much my life has been radically changed by this ultracell. I hear stories from autistic children. I hear stories from I can't sleep. I hear stories from body pain, from incredible amount of migraines. I mean, I've heard it all. I've heard, even for myself, almost 14 pounds down now, simply because of the endocrine system. It has altered how my thyroid awakens these days. And so I don't know what it is for you. I would love to get on here and say, if you experience, then you need, but I can't. But what I do want to say is no matter what you're experiencing, this right here is your solution. Because what we're finding is one product is beautiful for people from 0 to 500, and anything and anyone that has a spinal column has an endocannabinoid system. So yes, you guys, I'm talking about your animals, your cats, your birds, your horses, your dogs. I'm talking about all of them, including your very self. And the solution is our ultracell. You can see there that it comes sublingual or it comes topical. It's more than a CBD. I'm going to tell you guys that because a lot of people will ask, how is yours so different? I'm going to show you that in a minute, but I want you to understand ours is more than a CBD because we're a full spectrum oil that has all 7 of these properties bound into one that produces 400 compounds. So if you're like me, I thought, I don't understand what the entourage effect is until they explained it to me. It's like buying a car with no engine in it and no front doors, maybe perhaps just the windshield and the tailgate. Well, that's awesome. That's not going to get you anywhere. Or perhaps you just buy the engine. You got to have the 4 tires and you got to have the car and you got to have the windshield. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the entourage effect. So when you take all 7 of those properties to create more than a CBD oil, you get the gold standard. Ours is organically sourced and naturally extracted. I'm going to show you the superior formulation here in a minute. And then, of course, those 2 words that so many people adore. I can tell you guys, we have 2 older labs. And man, oh man, I can tell when we haven't given our labs, they're at least 11 and 10. When we haven't given them CBD oils. As a matter of fact, one of our dear leaders and friends, Jared Perkins, came to our house and one of our yellow labs was curled up, almost seizuring at our back door. We were on a vacation and all Jared knew was to go grab CBD oil and get it in Thumper's mouth. And he said it was within 5 minutes. All the guys that were here to work out in our gym saw him come back to life. And I thought, man, I am sold. And so, yes, you can put it under your tongue or you can put it on the gums of your animals. And then that topical is also huge, you guys, for acne. It's huge for joint pain. It's huge for eczema. It's huge for, goodness gracious, headaches. You rub it on your head. Neck ache, you rub it on the back of your neck. You know, our youngest is a track star and he puts it on his shins every single practice because it's been the only thing that has kept his shins from having him almost have to pull out of an event, to be quite honest. So 2 very special products to you and to me. Get those in your body and you guys will see. Now, here's how we're different. I don't get into arguing with people. I just simply show them this slide right here, or I will ask people those 4 questions that you see that are exclusive to Zilis. Number 1, are you water soluble? Because what we know is our body exists and it is completely created majority water. We know that simply from grade school, right? So the fact that ours is water soluble tells you that the second it hits underneath your tongue, it begins to get into your system. You can see down there at the 0 hours, it immediately begins to spike. And then I ask about the absorption and the bioavailability, to be quite honest. The industry standard when it comes to absorption is 4 to 6%. Our ultracell is up to 94%. So that right there tells you you get what you pay for. Plus the long-lasting bioavailability of 12 hours, you guys, is a huge game changer too when it comes to you only have to put a couple of drops of ours under your tongue whenever you choose, whether it be first thing in the morning like Brian loves, or towards the end of the day like I love, or perhaps one drop 3 times a day if you have a lot of body pain, whatever it may be, but you're going to see that it'll stay with you for up to 12 hours. So this was a clinical private study that was done. And we were very, very proud of the results because obviously you guys know the results don't lie. Now, let me introduce you to our boosters. Now, one thing you're going to see that carries over to this slide is that word ultra. The ultra is going to tell you that it has these properties right here, the rapid onset, water soluble, the absorption, and the bioavailability. Now, the mimetics, Jared, I said it right. The mimetics that we have that are exclusive to Zilis in our boosters, here's basically what that means. These are non-CBD boosters. And so these go in conjunction with your ultracell, maybe for a symptom that you have that is a little more powerful than other symptoms you may have. So let me explain these to you. Number one, ice. You guys are probably familiar with what happens when you have an injury. You ice it, right? So that's the same thing for body pain. If you have body pain, you guys, if you have arthritis, if you have rheumatoid arthritis, any of those things that cause your body to be in pain or swell, you want to instantly get our ultracell plus our ice. I had an incredible result from someone who had been in a horrible car wreck, and literally ultracell and ice, because of the amount of body pain, was huge for her. So that's number one. Number two is our edge. Maybe for you, you live a little bit more anxious, or you can't quite seem to get it together during the days. Or maybe like me, when I have a really long day, I just want to awaken myself, right? So I take my ultracell every day, and I take my edge on my full days. So why do I say that? Because when I go on vacation, when I go up to our lake house, I don't want to take edge. I don't have to be Johnny on the spot. And I don't have to be ahead of my game. Maybe I want to relax. And it's okay if I don't think everything through so clearly. But at home, on my work days, all day long, it's ultracell and my ultra edge. Now, maybe for you, maybe you have a hard time sleeping. Maybe you can't get settled. Maybe you have a hard time staying asleep. Dream is going to be the booster that you want to add to your ultracell. Because Dream, again, for Brian, he takes it every single night. For me, I take it when it's been a really long day. And you and I both know sometimes we look up and it's 10 p.m. and we think we are still churning and burning the fire, the candle at both ends, right? And then, of course, there's Burn. You know, I don't know about you, but I'm going to take Burn every day because it's our full spectrum weight loss support. Now, this is going to awaken this country, you guys, because of what it's going to do to what? To your endocannabinoid system. I love that our doctor said, if your body is broke, it's not burning. And they really want to remove the stigma in this country that even though you're working out, even though you're active, even though you eat well and you're not losing weight, it must still be your fault. I know you guys, for about 2.5 years, I was gaining about 1 pound a month. And looked up and I was gaining weight. I'm 5 to 6 days active, working out. I'm an 80-20 eater. I have had my fair share of meal prepping. I have had my fair share of counting calories and macros and micros and you name it, and gaining weight at all costs. And I was super frustrated. But to realize it was my endocrine system, it was my thyroid, it was my pituitary gland. So that ultracell, since I've had that in my body since the week of Christmas, I'm 14 pounds down. Now that's a great thing, but the amount of inches that has been able to shift in my body because of the CBD oil. So now guess what I'm going to do? It's summertime. I'm putting Burn in my body every single day. The maximum is 3 times. So lately I've been doing it. Yep, you guessed it. 3 times. So I started with telling you how it was a pay it forward company, and we got to watch it happen right before our eyes last night. But Stephen and Angie actually started this company because they spent time in Haiti and saw the amount of pregnant women and children that were extremely malnourished. And of course, unfortunately, that carries over into our very own country. So that was their whole heart to start Zilis. If you notice, we were founded in 2015, but our CBD Ultra Cell did not hit the market until November of 2017. Why? Because their heart is to pay it forward. So we have already donated a little over 1 million days worth of vitamins to pregnant women and children up to this date since 2015. You can do the math. That's a lot, right? And then, of course, our Ultracell, we got to watch it live and in person last night at the Halo for Freedom with all the veterans in that room. Just story after story, from burns to pain to nightmares to you name it, having absolute breakthrough because of our Ultracell and the technology and the absorption. And I mean, incredible stories. And so you'll see that Patriot program right there is another cool initiative that Stephen and Angie absolutely adore. And that's the vets that come back with PTSD and you name it, go vetted into this program, and they actually get our Ultracell at no cost to them. So that's the product side of this, you guys. It's an incredible product to get in your body. If you haven't had the 7-day challenge, I recommend you to do that. If you have something like I did, that it was more of a thyroid, you're going to need more than 7 days. As much as I love the challenge, I want you to keep in mind it's only 7 days. Please do not think a life change is going to happen in 7 days. You'll see relief, but long-term is when you really, truly give your body a good 90 days to sell out, to awakening that endocannabinoid system. Grab some boosters that you need for the symptoms that are a little bit more crazy, and watch what begins to happen. And do me a favor and begin to write your very own story on what your endocannabinoid system is doing. So where there's a great product, there's a great opportunity. And Brian's going to show you guys that right now.
All right. Thanks, babe. Thank you, guys. And again, this is what I'm excited to share with you guys, is really the opportunity behind these incredible products. You know, this company, it's like nothing I've ever seen in this opportunity. The way it's going and really the tip of the iceberg is what I really believe, because the industry is just getting going and this opportunity is like nothing we've ever seen. But let's just jump into this side of it and then talk about, you know, how you get compensated here, what the business is like, how to get started. And the thing about this is understanding that there's 7 different ways you get paid here. Now, some of these ways we get paid, there's actually about 3 different pieces and 5 different pieces to them. So there's ultimately probably more like, I don't know, 12 to 14 different ways to get paid. So I want you guys to understand, as you're looking through this, as you understand you want to get started here, is really ask the person that's helping you. If you decide to get started here and you see something, how can you go get paid this week? We have weekly pay periods and we have monthly pay periods. We get 64 checks a year. So today on Sunday begins one of our weekly pay periods. Our pay periods are Sunday to Saturday. So you're the best time of the week to get started if you want to get started tonight. But if you see that, find out how you can go get paid this week. Robbie and I have just kind of blazed the trail here. It's been an incredible, 2.5 months for us. But the biggest part, we got started, we want to know, how do we get paid right now? So I hope that's what you really see here, and don't get hung up in this whole binary and some of these things right here, because we've also seen people, they just get handicapped in trying to understand everything before you do anything. But we're here to help you guys with that and understand. But the biggest piece of this here, if you've never been a part of direct sales business, is this a work from home kind of opportunity? I really prefer to say it's a work from anywhere opportunity. And we begin to understand, like Robbie said, it's leveraging an entire industry. But if you understand how to leverage technology, understand how to leverage somebody helping you, understand how to leverage your time, then the potential here becomes unlimited for what you can really do with this here. Now, one of the pieces here, the first way that we get paid is on the retail commissions, but Zilis has a really unique retail earnings potential of up to 300%. It's something I've never seen really in retail channels from a corporate standpoint, or especially in the direct sales side of it, to earn these kind of returns up to 300%, especially on an item that's called a keystone item. It's a higher price type item to make these kind of returns. But We've seen more and more doctors and chiropractors and natural grocers and pharmacists and beauty salons and gyms and settings that are loving the returns they can get out of this. And more, those avenues of people and business owners are looking for CBD. Why? Because one, they understand the industry, but more importantly, their customers and clients are buying it from somewhere and asking them about it. So more and more we're seeing every week, I'm having more and more conversations with people in these channels here to understand how they can capitalize on these type of margins. But unique tiered pricing, it's something, again, I've never seen. If this is of interest to you, if you're going to go out there and talk to people in these channels, or maybe you yourself are part of this here, you want to find out more about this piece here, because again, it is very unique to our industry. We've heard more and more, the professional people, I say like the medical, side, the doctors and chiropractors and people, they don't feel like they're part of some direct sales things because they're getting great margins, they're getting great returns, and they're really talking to all their other colleagues across the country and earning some incredible residuals on top of that. So this piece right here is a very unique thing that Zilis has within our industry. So you want to just understand and know more about this and how it can really help you with your business as you're out there getting things going. Now let's talk about the power of a binary. A binary, you have a left team and a right team. No matter how big you decide to ever build a business here, you will only ever be building two teams, a left team and a right team. That's a pretty awesome thing here. There's some very unique things in a binary where you can go out and create an incredible amount of momentum on both of your teams if you so choose to. That's what Robbie and I chose to do. We weren't worried about, wait, am I on a power team or a pay team or what? Some of these things you hear in the binary, you get kind of caught up in where you go. We just realized, let's go create two massive teams. And that's the thing here, is the mindset to take in. If you really want to do some big things here, you want to build some things fast, have the mindset to go build two power teams or two pay teams, however you want to refer to those. But that's the real power of the binary. And this right here, all that you see on this screen here is things that you get paid weekly. The $250 a week up to $30,000 a week is just one of the 7 ways that we get paid in the binary. Up to $130 on enrollments as you enroll people into your teams, your left team and your right team. Up to 20% on team enrollments. That can grow down as big as you want to grow this here. And one of the biggest pieces here is earning through unlimited levels. So there's some pieces to this. Myself being in this industry for about 11 years, I wanted to really understand where we really capped anywhere. And off of just getting people enrolled weekly in the power of the binary, there's no cap to that. There's unlimited levels of potential within that. Now, the power of duplication, this doesn't happen overnight here. We want people to really understand, though, if you begin to realize what you can really do over time here, this is about a compression of time. Things that you can really do in a short period of time that you may or may not ever be able to do for the rest of your lifetime in what you're currently doing. So this is back to the leverage piece and the power of duplication and exponential growth and how things can really grow beyond your efforts here. That's the true power of duplication. Talk about residual income. So the binary pays weekly. The residual income pays monthly. And as you see here on the bottom right here, earn area and unlock through infinity. There's pieces of our residual that also pay for infinity levels down in the business as you grow on your two teams. One pays through 6 different generations. But again, these are the things that I was very intrigued by, is to understand, am I going to be capped anywhere? And so on your weekly enrollments of getting your teams going and built up in the binary, there are ways there where you can, that's unlimited as far as income. On the residual side, exact same thing. So you want to just understand, if you want to go build this business here, again, with Stephen and Angie being in the field for over 20 years and doing what they've done, built teams of 250,000 people in 40 different countries. When he wrote this comp plan, he wanted to reward those who wanted to continue to work to build their two teams. There was no caps to what you can do here. That's what really got my attention when I really began to dig in and truly understand the power of this compensation plan. And the last piece here to run through is the benefits program. And a lot of this stemmed, again, from their time in the field as ambassadors and understanding that there was a lot of things that they didn't understand why they didn't get to participate in. And the first one here is a blessing bonus. And Robbie talked a whole lot about their heart to pay it forward. You'll see Zilis is a pay it forward company, and they really understand that the one who gives gets the bigger blessing than the one who receives. But we do have a blessing bonus. It starts at $100 a month. It goes up to $500 a month. The beautiful part about that, you just can't keep it. whether you want to go out and donate it to a charity and get your tax write-off, or your church and get your tax write-off, or just go out to give it away, pay for people's groceries, pay for their food in restaurants, or give it to a family member or a friend in need, whatever you want to do, you're just to give that away each and every month. An incredible benefit that we have here. And then the Jeep program. This gets a lot of people's attention. Starts at $400 a month, goes up to $1,200 a month. We've had numerous people earn their Jeep within their first 30 days. And within our first couple of months, we have so many people that have earned their Jeep and many others knocking on the door. We got our Jeep yesterday. It's an incredible thing. We earned our Jeep within really our first day of getting started. That's how fast things can really happen here. But the piece of the Jeep is a really cool thing to have a Jeep. It's also really cool to have a Jeep that's being paid for by somebody else, by you just going out and building the business that you're building. But the other piece to this here, when you get back with the person and you want to really understand the compensation plan, this part of the area rank begins to open up so much more of the compensation plan. So one, you get an incredible benefit of a Jeep, but you also begin to open up different components within our compensation plan. So keep the Jeep in mind. If you really want to know how to build a business here, build a fast business here, really take advantage of all parts of the compensation plan, find out more about the Jeep program and what's attached to that. Then the healthcare bonus, up to $1,500 a month. You know, Stephen and Angie, for many years, 20 years in the field, they brought in multiple millions of dollars to companies, you know, in the field, but never received any kind of healthcare benefit. And they didn't really understand how that was the case, where people in the office making $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a year had full healthcare. So here you can earn up to $1,500 a month for your healthcare premium reimbursements. It's an awesome benefit. Then our global pool, up to 2% quarterly. This is like profit share. I've never seen this in corporate America or direct sales, where every quarter 2% off the top is just paid back to those that are ranking to produce a part of that. So again, it's think of that as profit share. You can participate in that. Robbie and I qualify for that our first month. So here we end our first quarter at the end of this month, March, and we'll get to participate in this in our April check. Really awesome thing. Then the motor coach program. You know, one thing that I've realized too is how much people really care about their pets. When we talk about Zilis and CBD, and virtually every day people are asking us about their pets and is this safe for that and all these kind of things you really know but you don't know. But the motor coach program is something to me that's very similar to that. I never realized how many people really wanted a motor coach until there's an opportunity for them to go out and earn one. And so this program right here is a great benefit. You can take this motor coach and travel the country and enjoy life. You can take this to travel the country and build your team. You can take this for the weekends. I know there's so many people that have kids in youth sports, whether it's soccer or baseball or softball or whatever that may be, a lot of year-round sports where you're at tournaments all weekend and things like that. One, you can travel the country with this, but number two, at the tournament, you have a place to stay during the day and really just enjoy that. So it's amazing how many people, when they have an opportunity to have a motor coach, really have always dreamed about that. So they're putting it up on their dream board, and I believe we'll have many of these on our team just as well, coming very rapidly. So how does this all work? You know, that's a bit about the company, the products, the compensation plan. But we hear this a whole lot within our industry. You know, I'm just not a salesperson. Well, then you're perfect for Zilis here, because we're not about being a salesperson. We're about being a share person. This is about you sharing your story. It's about getting it, because whatever you see here, you're going to get the products in your body and you're going to have an incredible, you know, story to share, but you're also going to hear incredible stories every day. So sharing your story, sharing other people's story, then sharing a video, where ZilisVideo.com talks about our 7-day challenge, or ZilisPresentation.com has a great presentation attached to it. You know, LiftAmbassadors.com has an incredible presentation attached to there. So you're sharing a story and sharing a presentation, and then let people come back to you and say, hey, that's not for me. We very rarely hear that, which is mind-blowing to us. Very rarely do we hear people say it's just not for me. They normally come back and say, hey, I'm ready to get started at one of these 3 levels I'm about to show you, or I want to do that 7-day challenge. And what's a 7-day challenge? It is essentially trying our CBD oil or topical for 7 days. It's a great marketing tool, if you will. We don't give that away for free. You can purchase that, but we find people have no problem purchasing, 7 days of CBD, because so many people out there really want to try it, but they don't want to buy a full month's supply. So again, share your story, share a video, share the challenge, and watch how things can really, really get going for you here. Now, these next 2 slides, honestly, is what got my attention up front. The future of this industry. When I first heard these numbers in early December of last year, I honestly didn't believe them. I had to come home and begin to do my own research and due diligence and dig into this and validate these, because these are not Zilis's numbers. These are numbers by the publications that you see on the bottom there. You can go to Google and validate where this industry is really going. You know, it's projected to be a $2 billion industry this year. It was a $591 million industry last year, $22 billion by 2022, and upwards of $1 trillion by 2030. So essentially a $591 million industry to a $1 trillion industry in 12 years blew my mind, but the numbers are validated. So when I validated that, I wanted to know, where does Zilis fall into this industry? Like, where are they positioned? And you look at this chart right here, the formulation, concentration, momentum, stabilization. Every company out there that's been around for a long time has gone through these 4 different stages. It doesn't matter if it's Microsoft, it doesn't matter if it's Apple, it doesn't matter if it's Facebook, Amazon, some companies we all know the names of. It could be a local real estate company or insurance company that's been in your community for 30 years plus. Every company has gone through this at some point in time. But the reality of it is, where we're positioned right now is we're about to have massive momentum. Now, what is that time frame from momentum to stabilization? We don't know. Is it 2 years, 5 years? Nobody knows the time frame. All we know is all time is not created equal. We've personally built businesses on top of stabilization. You can build businesses up there, but the timing and positioning of what can happen over these next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, we don't know. All time isn't created equal. So really understand the timing and positioning and where Zilis is at, and you know what has already been done over the last 4 years and where this company is going at rapid rates right now. So if you really see the opportunity here, it really is about timing and positioning. So if you see all that, then how do you get involved? Bronze, silver, and gold. Each one of these packs includes your personal website, a free cloud version of your office. Now, if you want to do the business side, you'll want to get the pro cloud version. It's $29 a month, less than $1 a day, gives you everything that you need to run your business to however large you want to build your teams here. Training and support, and all get the same wholesale pricing. The bronze level. Bronze is $199. It gives you about $189 worth of products. And this is somebody that maybe you're just trying to see about this for yourself. You want to get on some products for yourself. You're not really sure if you want to go out and share these or do anything, but this is kind of just somebody that say, I'm going to check this out for myself here. You get half of the binary percentage, 10%. You get up to a $250 weekly potential. Into that chart I showed you that's up to $30,000 a week. You get a $250 weekly potential within the binary. That's our bronze. Silver is somewhere around $750 worth of product. A little bit better value for you, but you as you see, you get these 7-day challenges. You get 12 of these on the sublingual, or 12 of these on the topical, plus 1 large sublingual and 1 large topical. You get 5% more into the binary, up to 15%, and $1,000 weekly potential into the binary. Now, this is somebody that may say, I see this, but I'm not really sure if I really want to go talk to everybody I know, but I do know I have a handful of people that I want to share this with, maybe our real close friends or family or some coworkers, and just a handful of people here. So, you know, it's not just about me, but it's just kind of about we here and a few people that I want to share this with. That's the silver level. And then you have the gold. $1,299 gets you $2,300 value worth of products here. It gets you the full 20% into the binary, and automatically a $2,500 weekly potential in the binary. Get you 24 of our 7-day challenges, half in the topical, half in sublingual, 2 large of our topicals, 4 large of our sublinguals, and then you get 1 each of our booster products here. Now, people that are very intrigued or interested in the burn product that is not onto the market till middle of April, you can get burned this way by getting in at the gold level. Here's what is mind-blowing on the gold side. We hear stories every day about people that have already moved all their product before they even receive their order, or they're moving half of it, a third of it. I mean, people begin to talk without even having their products, and their product is already spoken for. We hear those stories each and every day here. But this here, a lot of times, is just a mindset decision of saying, if I'm going to do something, I'm all in. Because when you're all in and the people you're talking to are going to ask you, what did you do? Then you went all in, they're going to go all in. So whatever that you see here, it's just about getting started. Get started today. Get started tonight before you go to get started on the first day of a pay period for this week here. A bronze, silver, or gold, whichever it may be. We get asked a lot of times, well, if I come in at one level, how do I get to the next level? You simply pay the difference. Come in at silver and decide to upgrade to to gold tomorrow, you just pay the $700 difference and you get the product difference there. So you're not going to be able to come in one way and just sell your way to the next level. You can simply upgrade yourself to the next level. But with that, just get back with the person that invited you on here. Get your questions answered. And then most importantly, just get started, whether it's on the 7-day challenge or at one level, the ambassadors. And then from there, we can help you game plan for whatever that you want to do. So this opportunity is, again, like nothing that Robbie and I have ever seen. It's moving fast. We're excited. We love to connect with you and help you get your business started with that. So again, for you guys that are local in the DFW area or choose to come in, you want to know about April 6th and what is going to happen here in Lewisville, Texas. Our doctors are coming in town, Dr. Da Silva, Dr. Andre, Dr. Jolie. You'll get some of the most incredible training. It's the first time they've all three come to Texas. So if you're in the area, you want to find out about that. You want to get here. We have people flying in around the country for that event that day. There's going to be some incredible ambassador training that afternoon. And then we're going to do a team gathering that evening because we'd love to meet with so many of you guys that we can get to meet eyeball to eyeball and just kind of grow with you guys and break some bread and have some fun. But you want to find out more about April 6th. And more importantly, not just you get yourself there, even if you could be brand new checking this thing out tonight, not just about you getting there, but how many people can you bring with you to an event like that? Because it's the first one that's ever been in Texas and it's going to be explosive. So thank you guys for joining here tonight. And we look forward to connecting with you guys, and you guys get back with the person that invited you on and just get started today. Talk to you guys soon. Goodbye.